when we're talking about the totality of the score. Let's bring up the TLDR. 3-2 for me on the week, 4-1 for you. I moved to 62-34, and you have moved to 65-31, brother. You have a 3-fight lead on me now, man. So the lead is growing, but I'm trying to keep it close. So I missed on the home pick and the Anders pick, and the lone miss for you was the Anders pick. But of our 4 locks, because I believe we had 4 locks, right? Anders was the one included. We hit on 3 or 4 of them, which is a pretty beautiful thing to see, man. So 3-1 on the night for the Bloody Water Podcast locks, and the Anders one, a little controversial. We'll talk about that in a second. AJ, brother, so while we don't really count it the same way, you were winning in the money line, right? But I'm starting to rack up a little lead on these over and unders, brother. 5-0 for the over and unders on my end, and then you hit on the 2 and 3. So while you're not hitting the over and unders, we still are hitting the money line, and that's important. I wanted to ask you, man, because we take so many variables: money line, props, over and unders, methodologies, right? Given that we have so many different factors in here, how much do you think this has raised your fight IQ in terms of watching fights and predicting the outcomes of these fights?
Man, a good amount, but also not only the fact that it's raised it so much, but it's made aware of holes that I can't really see coming, which
Sure.
I think is more so the fact of raising the rest of the game. Because like you said, man, 2 and 3 for the over-unders. I'm not really sometimes knowing exactly how these things are going. And it is hard for those because sometimes the fights change, you have no idea. But it does highlight a little bit of this hole. So I think it's growing exponentially, man, which I like. It's always a humbling one where you think, oh, yeah, this one's going decision. Next thing you know, dude's getting knocked out, or vice versa. So I think it helps out a lot. What about you?
I agree, and that is one of the things that I think that you said it kind of perfectly right there. It just fills in the holes in the game, because ultimately it's easy to say, I think so-and-so is going to win, but that's why we take the extra challenge, the extra step. Well, how are they going to win? Under what round or over what round are they going to win? And if you can hit on all 3 of those, right? So like I hit on the Paeta, Njokuani, and Ricci, and the over and unders on all of those. It's like, okay, now we're heading in a little bit of a positive direction in terms of what we're rocking with. But either way, man, you can't tell the future, but we can do the next closest thing, brother, and predict that thing, man. So, AJ, my man, round of applause. You won the week. You're up on the year. And listen, we have a shiny new belt that is going to be coming in the near future. But you already know, if I pull over to my left right there, you see that's mine right there in the back. That is the 2021 winner. The 2022 winner has yet to be decided, but we still have a lot of time. Now, let's go into what we were talking about earlier, man, that prop recap. Let's get it, brother. So, my man, Wash on the props. 3-2 on my side, 3-2 on your side. However, of course, I did note you did win the money line, because the Vieta submission, though it was the wrong prop, it was the right money line. And AJ, I actually wanted to just note really quickly, you were this close away from correctly calling a Vieta prop. And I don't know if you had said like second round in the pre-show, but that second round came and Holly Holm's face was as red as a tomato, brother. How close of a call, or when you were watching it, were you like on the edge of your seat, like, oh my God, I'm fucking calling this, brother? Like, where were you at on that?
Man, and in the pre-show, I was like, man, I don't know if it's going to happen second or third, maybe fourth round. I know it's going to happen early, but I saw her get locked up, face start turning cherry purple or cherry red, and I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, oh no, man. And all everything out on the table. I had to rewatch this fight, so I already knew Vieira won, and I knew it was by decision, but I saw that coming in that second round, so I wasn't as excited because I knew the outcome. But man, if this was real life, or I was watching it live, I would have been super hyped, because that was deep. That was super deep. But all credit to Holly for just turning the shoulder, getting in, getting out of it.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. And real quick, I'm just going to pull it up and see where we're at on this one, man. So Holly Holm, brother, like we said, man, she's a warrior as always. But let me pull this up real quick. Boom. Look at that, man. Like, that is the definition of under the chin, the definition of deep. Ketlin Vieira squeezing for all that she has in there. And Holly Holm, the savvy veteran, said, not today. I'm not getting choked out. I think she had a flashback to the Miesha Tate fight and was like, no, this isn't happening to me again, bro. So I'll pull that one down. And once again, just for the remainder of the review on here, the 3 locks, we had 4 locks, 3 of them hit, and we hit specifically Ricci on points. Baby Shark got the job done against Polyana Viana. And Njokuani TKO, he knocked the head off of Dusko Todorovic. It was a beautiful thing. And Michel Paeta on points. Though it was a split decision, it was still points. I missed on the Holly Holm points. AJ missed on the Vieta sub, and we both missed on the Anders money line, which is a little bit of a shame. But that is your Bloody Water Podcast props review, folks.